Hey guys, it's Kevin with Spirit of Twilight again. Today I'm going to be wrapping, or I should say re-wrapping, a stone that I love. I have one myself. I wear it all the time. It is a Herkimer diamond, and these stones are quite expensive. It's not a true diamond, but it's from the state of New York, and they are somewhat hard to get. And again, they are quite expensive depending on where you got them from and what the value of the stone is at the time of your purchase. It looks like a piece of glass, it really does, but it's a diamond. So I'm going to do a very intricate design, hopefully not so intricate that it takes away from the stone itself. And this one was also wrapped in sterling silver as well. And I hated the way I did it. I just quickly did it, didn't pay attention to detail, didn't pay attention to what I was doing, and I did not like it. So I'm going to rewrap this in copper instead of the sterling silver. I've never actually wrapped a Herkimer diamond in copper, so this is going to be something different, and hopefully it'll turn out beautiful. Now, this time I'm using a 26 gauge, very small copper wire, and I'm using an 18 gauge copper wire for my base. Now my base is round, and this one I wanted to get a diamond effect from it, so this is a half round, believe it or not, 26 gauge wire, and I'm not going to pay attention to the way the wire is facing because this wire is not that sharp, thank goodness. Also, because I want to create a diamond effect or diamond cut effect within my weave. So when you're using a very small gauge wire, you can do this effect or do this technique on this type of weave. Okay, so I'm actually wrapping 3 times around on here. Okay, I already started my base wire, the single one. I'm going to incorporate my third wire. And I'm going to wrap this just once. Okay. So that was 3. 1, 2, 3. So actually I'm starting off incorrectly. I need to pull that down through here. Okay, so I'm wrapping this just one single time, and this is going to create such a nice, clean, beautiful effect within my design. I can't wait till you see it. It's so pretty. So let's do 1, 2, 3, and then 1. 1, 2, 3, and then 1. Now you can see I am very, very much paying attention to how the wire is laying next to each other, but I'm not paying attention to the wrap that I'm doing around the wire. And again, it's because I want to produce that shiny diamond effect on the wire instead of something exactly flat. Two and 3. And 1. And this wrap goes kind of quickly. If you've seen some of the other videos, I've used 4 base wires, which can be a little harder to do. And again, if you need to take a break because you're constantly pinching with your non-dominant hand, please do so, because your fingers will cramp up after a while. I know that from experience. So do take a break if you need to. See, it's a little bit open here. I did that on purpose. So I'm going to keep this very nicely. That's actually a little bigger than what I wanted to do, which is okay. But also, it's really showcasing the stone very well. Okay, that's a good thing. Alright, so take this, wrap this around like so, cut all of these off. We're going to tuck those in a bit. There we go. Okay. So now you can actually see there's like a diamond cut on this design. And again, that was intentional. I wanted to do that because of the actual piece itself. I didn't want to take away from the stone because when people buy the Herkimer diamond, they buy it for the Herkimer diamond. So I wanted to make sure that it was very visible and very much a part of the setting and a part of the entire design. So what I'm gonna do is take these pieces here, okay, and I am going. Is that the flat side? I believe so. Yes, okay. So I'm just going to go around the entire bale, but I'm going to do it flat instead of like a diamond cut. So actually, let me shorten this because I cut way too much wire. There we go. Okay, keep my diamond safe. So I'm just going to gently wrap this around to make it look smooth, unlike the actual pendant itself. So there is a unique display of contrast between the two. And this is another one of those that I call the infinity design pendant because over here, and then it's going to loop around the top for the bale. And I really like the way these turn out. They turn out very beautiful. So I'm just going to keep wrapping this around and wrapping this around until I get it to the point where I feel it's good enough to have the size of the bale I want. And gently, gently, gently wrapping. So I have the flatness to the bale that I want as well. It's almost like turning a handle that you can't, it doesn't have that maneuverability. So you have to keep moving in the exact same direction over and over and over. I should push it on tight. I'm going to flatten this part out really quick. Look at that sheen. That is beautiful. So I'm going to keep going with this. So I feel confident in the length, and I'm just going to finish this off. I think. Enough to the point where I have enough room to tuck the remainder. There we go. That should be good. Okay. So let's flatten this piece out. Push that in really tight. Now I'm going to create the bill very carefully. Bend the wire. Around to the back side. Do I want to do the front or the back for this? You know, I think I'll do the front. I like the way it looks, so I'm going to do the front. So we'll bend this to the front of the pendant body. I want to push these out this way. There we go. And then I'm going to take these pieces here. Actually, first I'm going to cut this loose. Get that tail off. Let's cut that tail. And wrap it around. So it looks very pretty, very even. Okay. So I'm going to wrap all three of these behind the pendant. Okay. Now that I've done that, I'm going to open this up a little bit again, and I'm going to put my diamond in its setting. So, being that I have the diamond in there now, I'm going to separate my wires. Because I want to create a very minimal looking setting for the stone. Bend these around to the front, like so. And then I am going to push this one, beginning with the bottom wire. Pull that through. Make sure it is intact and it's not going anywhere. And then my next wire, same thing. Push through the setting. Pull that through. Making sure that the back portion that's holding the stone does not slip. Again, this is not exactly easy when you're working with a small stone because you have to do everything just perfect. Last one. Next to the stone, pull it through. Just a little tight. Okay. But the stone can still come out the front. So, this piece here, I'm going to hold that in place with the setting. Pull that through. Just like that. Okay, so now you can still see the diamond very clearly in the setting. Now this is the part where you want to move your stone so it's intact the way it's supposed to be. And the way that you want it to be. So this wire is not fully tack like I want it to be, but I'm going to clip it and move it in its place. Take this piece, curl it in, and then carefully place that wire ending of copper in between the stone and the setting. And so there we go. Now on the back side again, this part is open. So I want to take this wire from the top and pull that over the top of the stone and do the same thing. This time it's going to create another pattern or introduce another pattern on top of the 3 wires that we have on the front now. So you want to be careful when you're doing this not to move those wires or to crush them. You want to keep them flat. Go. And that is holding the top of the Herkimer diamond in place. I'm going to do one more piece. I'm going to go across the top I can still feel it wiggling. I don't like that feeling. Okay, so let's try this. Let's move diamond from the back, because there is an opening right here. So let's do it this way. Let's take this piece here and pull it through, instead of going all the way across the front. Again, when you are doing this, you want to be very, very careful, especially that you don't scratch your diamond. Again, the Herkimer diamond is not the cheapest stone that you can buy. It's very expensive. So you want to be very careful. Okay, so the diamond now is very well set. So I'm going to leave this off. I'm going to cut this tail off here too. I forgot about that. It's the tail from the beginning. Cut off. Put that tail into place. Go. Okay. And then I am going to pull this a little bit tighter. Okay. And then I'm going to tuck it. I feel confident in where it is. So I'm just going to tuck it back here. Like so. Okay, so that created a little, kind of a little nubby there, but that's okay. Okay, so I still have this wire down here. And that's actually set very, very well. So I'm gonna just cut this off and let it be. That diamond isn't going anywhere at this point. I always get paranoid about that in the end, because you never know what may happen. And with shipment, my stones, I ship them in a box, so you really do have to be careful on how you ship. But this is the Herkimer diamond pendant, rewrapped from a sterling silver to a raw copper, and you can clearly see the beautiful stone. I was actually afraid that this weave was going to take away from the stone, but I'm actually very, very impressed, very happy with the outcome, and hopefully whoever buys this on my website at spiritoftwilight.com or on Amazon for my store, they will see how beautiful this piece is also. So I thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great day.